So today we have Rahul sir with us. Rahul sir is taking care of the apps for us, and he'll be taking us through all the platforms and how all the logins work. So Rahul sir, over to you.
All right, great. So, good evening, teachers. Today, I'll take you along how to use the web application that we have, right? So, let me share my screen with you first, and then we will continue with it. Okay. So, first of all, I would like to welcome you all to our, a webinar on our web application. So, let's go ahead. So basically our app, it has three different layers. So when I say three different layers, I mean there are three different type of people who can use our app. So the very first layer is the school admin profile. So as in this would be the administrator account that would be used by the school, right, to add teachers and to add students onto the platform. The second layer that we have with us is the teachers profile. That means the second type of people, that those who would be using our app would be the teachers. And the third layer that we have with us is the students profile. Okay, so today we are, I'm going to show you all the three different profiles that we have on our app. And I'm also going to explain what are the different functions that we can perform, on our web application. Okay. So when I say we have a web application, so you don't need us to download a software or to download anything at all. You just need a simple internet connection and a web browser when we talk about accessing this SAAR web application. So let's go ahead. So the very first account would be the school admin account. So as most of you are teachers here, so I'll quickly take you forward with the school admin account, and I'll spend some more time on the teachers account. Okay. So there are several functions of the school admin account. The very first one is you need to add class sections. The different sections that are there in your class on the platform. Once you have added the sections, then you will need to add the teachers onto the platform. Okay. So to add the teachers, there are a few more steps. So the first one is we need to generate a teacher code first. Then we need to assign a particular class or different set of classes to teachers. Then we need to assign them the sections that they are teaching. Okay, so we were talking about the school admin account. So I was explaining you what are the different functions that are needed to be done in order for the teachers and the students to use their account. So firstly, as I said, we need to add the sections because classes are already added onto the platform. Let's say a different school has different sections for different classes, so we need to add sections manually. So in order to add the teachers, we need to do a few steps, that is generating teacher code, assigning classes to them, assigning sections to them, assigning particular subjects. Um, you know, um, let's say for some schools, different subjects are being taught by different teachers. So you need to assign those different subjects to the teachers. And let's say if a teacher, teaches all the subjects to a particular class, so all those subjects would also be assigned, through the same method. The third function that you can do with the school admin account is you need to add students section wise. So the first thing that we did was
I'm so sorry to interrupt, but your screen is not visible. So please share a screen.
okay, let me check. Is it visible now?
Yeah, now it's visible.
Okay. So I was talking about to set up your account. So we have already talked about what are the different functions that you can do using a school admin account. So the first one was adding class sections. Then we are adding on teachers. And once the teachers have added different subjects and sections and classes have been assigned to them, then we are adding on students section wise. And then you can also broadcast some information. Let's say you have a school notice. There could be several type of school notices. So I have an example set for you coming up in the next slides. So let's go ahead and see how the school admin account looks like. Okay. So as I said, to access our platform, you just need to open a web browser. So to open a web browser, you can click on the start button and type in Google Chrome, and then you can simply press a new window in a Google Chrome. So as soon as you do that, you get a browser on your screen. Now, in the email that I have shared with the schools, so it has three different links. Okay, so as I said, to access our web application, you just need an internet connection and a web browser. So see, this is how we open a web browser. Now, in the email that I have sent and that I have shared with the schools, that email has three different URLs. The URLs are the name of the websites that you type in the address bar here. So those three different URLs for three different accounts. Let's say you want to log in to the school admin account. So you will be doing that using the school admin URL. Let's say you want to log in as a teacher. So you would need to do it by logging in as a using the URL for teachers, and for the students, it would be the URL for the students, right? So as we are looking at the school admin account, so I have just typed in the school admin URL over here, and let's go ahead. Let's see what happens as soon as I press enter. So you can think of this web application in terms of a website. So because the when we are talking about softwares, they're very cumbersome because you need to transfer the softwares to different schools through pen drives or maybe through internet. So it was a very cumbersome process. So what we tried here is we just uploaded all of our data on the cloud, and we have made this website using which you can access all of that data. Okay. So now, as soon as I type in the URL with me here, so this page shows up. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in the username and the password, and simply I can click on sign in option, and it will directly take me to the dashboard for the school admin. So this is how the dashboard of a school admin looks like. So on the very top, near the arrow, which is pointing, so it says manage schools. So this is the main drop-down menu using which you need to do all the functions, that we were talking about, as in adding sections, as in adding teachers, or be it adding students, or maybe sending out, broadcasting a message or a notice. So as soon as I click on manage schools, the very first function that we need to do here is add on class sections. So I am going to click on class sections. And as soon as I do that, it takes me to this page. So here, this page here, it takes us to the class section list. So if there are any sections that you have added onto the platform, so they would be appearing on this particular page. Now, if I need to add new class sections here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on to this particular tab, which says add new classes section. As soon as I do that, it takes me to a newer page. So here it asks me a different information. Let's say for what class I need to add a class section. So I have as a sample, I have tried adding a section for grade 5. So you can select the class, you can type in the section name. So some of the schools have their section names as, rose, tulip. Even if you have your section name as different words, you just simply need to type in those words in the class section name and click on save. So as soon as you do that, so class section is successfully created, and this particular the marking also says it confirms that we have created a class section, and that would be also visible to you on the screen. So now, as we have added class sections already, so the second thing that we are going to do is add on teachers onto the platform. So to add on teachers, we are again going to go to Manage Schools, right? It's going to show me an option for teacher code. Because every teacher that is being enrolled in our database, they are associated with a unique code. So, so that you guys, don't, because so that different people might have same names, but they will not be assigned just because of their same names to different schools. So, in order to do that, the first thing that we will be doing is adding or generating teacher code. As soon as I click on the teacher code, again, this page shows up. And here on the blue icon, I can just click on generate codes, and it is going to take me to a new window. Okay, so in here, you can see there is just a single bar which says how many number of codes you want to generate. So, you need to type in a number as many, that equals the number of teachers that you need to add. For instance, if your school has, let's say, 10 teachers and you want to add on 10 teachers onto the platform, so you can simply type in 10 here, like this, and simply click on save. As soon as you do that, so you can see there is a message on the screen which says teacher codes are successfully generated. So after we have generated teacher codes successfully, now we need to add on teachers. So we are again going to go to the Manage School section. We are going to go under the header teachers, and as soon as I click on it, it takes me to a newer page. So this page, as you can see, it displays a teachers list, right? So all the teachers that that you must have added on to your school would be displayed here. So let's say if you haven't added any teacher at all, so this page is going to be totally empty. And in order to do that, there is again a blue tab here. You can just click on add new teachers. It's going to ask you some information. Let's say the name of the teacher, the email of the teacher, the code that you generated. So as you have already generated 10 codes, you can just select any random code from the drop down menu, and that code would be assigned to that particular teacher. Then you just need to add on your contact number. So, I would like to say this again. It is very important to add on the contact number, because the username that the teachers will be using to log on to the platform would be your phone number, right? So the teacher code that you would be using to log in uh, would be your phone number, and for the password, the platform is going to send you an OTP on your mobile number. You just need to add on, type in the OTP, and it will log in the teachers into our platform. So don't worry, I'll also take you through that process. Let's first complete this. So as I said, we just need to, fill in all the information here. So let's say I have taken a random name. So let's say James Bond is our teacher, and I've added James Bond's name, the email address, the code that I generated, and the teacher's contact number. As you scroll down, there are a few more, fields here. So one says address. So it's not necessary that you need to add on address, as it does not have a red asterisk mark, as it was shown onto the previous slide. Here, you can see just on the right hand side of the name, code, email, and contact, there is red star mark. So it implies that it is a compulsory section that you need to, add information to. But when you come on to the address part, there is no star mark. So that means you can, if you want, you can skip this particular part. Now, as we have added teachers, now the second step is which class and which subjects do those teachers teach? So, at the bottom of the screen, you can see there are three different options. So the first one says select class, the second one says select subject, and the last one says select section. So let's say this particular teacher is the grade 5 teacher. So I have, assigned grade 5, and I have assigned mathematics to this teacher, and I have assigned section A for this teacher. Let's say this teacher, teaches multiple different classes as well. So you just need to, click on this add more subject option, and it will again give you three more fields, and you can just type in the subjects that you want to assign to that particular teacher, and simply click on save. As soon as you click on save, uh, the message appears which says teachers are saved successfully onto the platform. So, the process that I'm explaining to you right now, this is only a one-time process that the school admin has to do. So now we have already added sections, then we generated teacher codes, then I added teachers, and I also assigned them classes, sections, and the subjects they teach. So now the next thing, which is assigning or assigning students or adding on students onto the platform. So to do that, again we go on to the manage school section, and a drop down menu appears, and we simply click on students. So uh, it takes us to a page where we have a student list, right? So any all the students that you must have added onto your school would be displayed onto this page. Okay. Now, in case you don't have any student added onto the platform and you want to, add on students from scratch. So how we can do that? It to make it easier for you guys, you don't need to add on the students individually. You can do that, you can bulk import the student data onto the platform. So in order to do that, on the top corner, you can see there is a option which says import, right? So you just need to click on this option import. As soon as you do that, it takes you to a new page. The very top section of this page, this says sample data, right? So there is also a button, on the right which says download sample. So as soon as you click on it, an Excel sheet would be downloaded onto your computer. It would have certain fields. The certain fields are serial number, student name, email ID, mobile number, password, date of birth, and gender. So these are the compulsory criteria that we need. And if you want, you can also add on the extra criterias that we have in the list, but it's not necessary to add those criterias. So as soon as you do that, on the bottom of the page, you can see there is an option to upload these files. So it says select a class. So I have selected grade 5. I have selected, let's say I am uploading the students that are in section A of grade 5. So I am going to select a section that is A from the drop down menu. The next thing I'll do is attach the Excel sheet with my student data in the third column, and simply I'm going to go here and I'm going to click on import students. As soon as I do that, a message appears which says student bulk data uploaded successfully. So it's just it just takes 1 second to upload the student's data, but you need to fill in the information in the same format that has been given here, or in the same format that you will be downloading using the link download sample. So that is how you can add on students onto the platform. Now, we have added the teachers, we have added sections, we have added students. Now, the last thing that you can do from this particular account is to send bulk notification or broadcasting a message. So in order to do that, we again go to the Manage School section. As soon as a drop-down menu appears, we click on Send Notifications. When you click on Send Notifications, it is going to take us to a notification list page. As it says, has no notification has been sent yet. That is why this list is empty. But if you want to send your very first notification out, so you again click on Send New Message. As soon as you do that, it takes us to this page. You need to select the teacher, the class, the subject, the notification subject, date, time, and message that you want to deliver. So I have taken an example. So the teacher is James Bond, class is grade 5. You can choose the subject. Let's say it is maths. Then we have notification subject. It's the information regarding annual function practice. And the date of the message is 7th of April and the time is 1 p.m. So you can type in all of these fields and you can type in the message in the dialog box given below. So as I have already typed a message, it's a sample message that I have typed, which says you are hereby informed that the practice for the annual function will be conducted in the 8th period every day. So it could be any message, any notification, any notice that you want to send, that you want to broadcast to your students. So it's not necessary you can only broadcast to one particular class or a section. If you want, you can choose which classes you want to send this notification to and just click on Send Notification. As soon as you do that, the notification is broadcasted to all the teachers and the learners' dashboards.